Hey awesome YouTubers, welcome to my channel called Building Others Up. So today's topic is trusting God during transition. Now, for those of you who don't know what the word transition means a process of change or a state of change, a state of moving from one area to another or from one phase to another. So we're all in a state of transition because of the COVID-19, but some of us have been in a state of transition for longer than the COVID-19, before this COVID even happened. And so I have 4 tips that are going to help you guys. Hopefully they will help you out in being able to process this transition and to be able to grow more, especially growing closer to Christ. So the first tip is acknowledge that transition is painful and frustrating. I'll say it again. Acknowledge that transition is painful and frustrating. So now with transition, you have to let go of things from the past and you have to make room for the future. And it's difficult for a lot of us because a lot of us like to hold on to memories of the past. We like to hold on to what we used to and find it difficult to let go and to actually accept that we need to move to a new space whereby there are new things, new memories, new challenges, and new people that we have to meet. And there's nothing wrong with meeting new people. But like what Pastor Tori Roberts said, a lot of us have an issue with moving on from the past because we like to hoard things, we like to keep on to memories. For some of us, we also don't like to make new friends because of past fake friendships that have hurt us. I believe that if we can let go of the past, then we can actually make room for new people in our lives. Now, let the pain and challenges of this phase remind you to draw closer to God, because transition is really, 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 really painful. And not the type of pain that you can see physically, but it's painful in the sense that you have to grow spiritually, you have to trust God more. You get tired at times and just drained from this whole phase of being in a transition. So by letting these pains and challenges draw you closer to Christ, you are actually building up more of a relationship with Christ. The second tip is be patient. Ask God to make you patient if you're not already patient. Okay, people, even the most patient of people, lose out on their patience, or actually not lose out, but their patience also runs out. And we thank God that there are scriptures in the Bible whereby you don't actually have to um, always be patient and always rely on your own strength and understanding in order to be patient, but you can also go to Christ when you get tired, when you get weary. So, 2 verses that we can talk about under this tip is Isaiah 40, verse 31, and then Romans 8, verse 25. So let's first go to Isaiah 40 verse 31. But I'm also going to put these scriptures up in the video for your convenience. So Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." And now all of these verses I'll be reading from the King James Version. So, like this verse has just said, we need to, let God strengthen us instead of depending on our own strength and knowledge. Because we do get tired as people, and it's important for us just to, trust God and let Him strengthen us, because He knows at the end of the day why we're actually going through this transition phase. And now to Romans 8, verse 25. Romans 8, verse 25 says, "But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it." And the English like to say that patience is a virtue, and it really is, because it's that virtue that helps you get through things. It's that virtue that helps you to learn that some things you have to actually wait for, and it helps you to understand that delayed gratification is not destiny denied. So yes, good people. Tip number 3, focus on using this phase to learn something and improve yourself. How you can do this is by growing through this phase. So while you are transitioning, take the time to discover what it is that you could be working on. And don't be afraid to ask God, God, what should I be working on in this season while I'm waiting to move on to the next season, while I am still trying to adjust to this new season that I'm in? And God will happily do it for you. Then the last tip is be hopeful, be hopeful, be hopeful, be hopeful. Because if you're not hopeful, you can't live a happy, productive life. Negative thoughts don't build a great future. I'm going to say this again. Negative thoughts don't build a great future. A lot of people talk about how if you want a happy life, you need to be happy within your thoughts. You need to have positive thoughts within your thoughts. Just imagine now trying to build an amazing life whereby you're just content and you're achieving all of your goals, but you're having negative thoughts. How is that possible? It is not possible, because however you think in your mind, you're going to end up, acting on it. So if you have negative thoughts, you're not going to end up doing things that are going to make you prosperous and joyful and happy. You're going to be doing things that are going to make make you to make bad decisions, and you're not gonna be building the life that you can live. And you're also gonna be a very negative source now, because now people won't want to be around you because you are just negative. And there are quite a number of verses to go with this tip, such as Jeremiah 29 verse 11, Romans 8 verse 24, Romans 15 verse 13, and Hebrews 11 verses 1. I'm just going to be talking on sharing 3 of these verses. So Romans 8 verse 24 says, "For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what man seeth, why doth he yet hope for?" And then Romans 15 verse 13, it says, "Now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Ghost." And then Hebrews 11 verses 1 says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Now, if you don't believe that God is going to get you through this transition phase and into the phase where you're meant to be, then there is no hope in you actually believing, because you don't believe that Christ has your back. We need to believe that Christ has our back. And as much as we want to rely on our own strength and knowledge, we shouldn't be doing that, because we don't know what the future lies. Only God knows what is in store for our future. Only God knows what it is that we have to be doing in this phase in order to go to the next. He knows why. And if you allow God to tell you that, hey, this is what I have for you, and if you allow God to actually, groom you into the person that you need to be for the next phase, then you're going to be okay, and you're going to be well, and you're going to have peace in your heart and in your mind, because you trust God. So yes, good people, I hope that all of these scriptures and all of these tips are going to help you during this transition phase. We can do it. We can become better than what we are or what we were when we're at the start of the transition, and allow God to make you a better person, not just for yourself, but also for the kingdom of Christ. Because when people grow in tough seasons, especially, then they become amazing, members of Christ. They just become, wiser, and therefore you can give your wisdom to a lot of people who need it, and a lot of people need you in this life. So don't ever think that transition is just difficult and you're not going to benefit. Other people are going to benefit to you from your transition, as well as you, as well as Christ, because God is going to get the glory at the end of the day. So just allow him, and allow him to not only just get the glory, but also to mold you to the type of Christian that he wants you to become. So thank you, good people, for listening. Do take care to subscribe and share. Take care of yourselves, and you'll be seeing me next time. Bye.